Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo! Monk.
What is good? What is going on? And what is cracking? I am Philly Foothills, and I am back in another episode of East Meets West. We're blessed to have you as a guest, where we can all come together and get things off our chest when it comes to our Philadelphia Eagles. Let's go. Hey, salute to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. We are blessed to be back together. Definitely. We're missing Gio. Thoughts and prayers out to him. He's going through a little bit of a tough time right now. So you guys send thoughts and prayers out to Gio from the 215. He's always keeping it live. He's been working hard. And just definitely, hey, we got 12 people on the live stream already, so let's go. Definitely juiced to be back with the boys. It's Wednesday. It's hump day, guys. Thank you so much, like I always say. You guys are the food and the water to the channel, to the content, to each of our channels. We are triple live stream tonight, so make sure you go and hit the thumbs up on each one of our channels. The links are in the description. You guys help us out. We really appreciate it. It helps push the content out there further and further. You know, can't do this thing without you guys. You guys are the nourishment. You guys keep us going. You guys keep it fuego. Absolutely. Love each and every one of you guys. Can't do it without you. Fuego. Cut the music. Let's go. Yes, sir. Guys, what's going on, fellas? AK. Vic, what's up, boys? Glad to be back with you fellas.
Yeah, glad to be back, man. Last couple of days I've been sick, so I've been fighting that. But feel better today, and I'm here. But yeah, so I am AK Eagles. Obviously, I am not Philly Foothills. He is the guy with the rhythm and the rhyme, and I am the white dude with no rhyme at all. So, what's going on? Appreciate you guys being here, and love everyone that has been here already. 12 people this early, amazing. Thank you all for sharing out the content and the tweets and all that. So yeah, like my boy said, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe if you already haven't. Appreciate you guys so much for being here, and I'm ready to get this going.
Yeah, man, definitely. And y'all know who it is, man. It's Victory here. Listen, the boys are back. We're missing Gio. T's and P's out. Can't wait till he comes back. He got to deal with his stuff, as we all do. We've all been dealing with it, man, through sickness, family issues. Right now, I got a baby who probably wake up any minute now. It's, it's going, we're going through it right now. But luckily enough, we get to take out sun time. We get to bring y'all, the best of the best that we can, on this Wednesday night, this hump day. Let's get it going, though.
Definitely. And we always got our loyal supporters in. BLSG, he is always the first one in the chat, the first one in the building, first one to drop a comment. We appreciate you, youngster. If you guys are into, not just Eagles content, because he does Philadelphia Eagles content, but he also does, Sixers as well. And he does some bowling content, I think, and on his channel. So go check that out. Definitely go subscribe to him, lock into his content, and you won't be disappointed. And yes, sir, it's always fly, Eagles fly. Absolutely. Appreciate you being here, SG. Randall Sports Talk, what's going on? He said, let's F and go. Absolutely, my guy. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you.
Yo, shout out to my boy too. By the way, he's getting ready to start his own channel here very soon. So definitely be on the lookout for him and his rise.
Awesome. It's always good to hear about new content creators. Getting their voice out there, having their opinions and all that stuff heard, and it's great. It's great to hear, and I wish him the best of luck. Definitely.
Yes.
Keep it going, Randall. Yes, sir. Olivia Quinn, what's going on? Olivia, we appreciate you being here as well. Thank you for checking in. Nightings, what's going on, Nightings? Says, guys, I sadly can't be 3 for 3 today because my computer is so slow. Hey, that's all right, man. We appreciate you just chiming in at least one channel. Definitely. We appreciate you coming through. Definitely. Drew Johnson's in the building. What's going on, Drew?
What's good, Drew?
Yes, sir. It's hump day. Absolutely. We're always keeping it fuego. Definitely. Further AM. What's going on, Further? Yeah, we were in the chat earlier when AK was doing a Madden live stream earlier today. Yeah. So yeah, that was good to see Further in the chats. Appreciate you coming through, my friend.
My guy's spreading out knowledge out here in the DM, so appreciate you, my guy. We were talking earlier today, and he was kicking out knowledge.
Yes, sir. Always. Nighting said, "What's up, y'all? I'm going to be going outside shortly, but for now, I'm here." Hey,
appreciate you.
You got to get that good fresh air too. That's always healthy. Got to circulate that blood. So, yeah, we definitely don't want you to leave, but if you got to go outside if you have to. Definitely go enjoy the fresh air. Mitch Kofsky, what's going on, MK?
What's good, Money Mitch?
Thank you for sliding through, sir. Yes, sir. Richie MC. Hey, man, definitely, just been working on some personal things, definitely with the jobs aspect and the personal family aspect as well. This morning, I took a test to try to further my career in a different direction. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll find out in a couple weeks or so, 2 to 3 weeks, they said, find out how I did on that. But I've been studying for that. It was basically like a version of the ASVAB, which is, I don't know if you guys don't know, it's like it's kind of how they test your intelligence when you go into the military. So it's like an 8.
Test out what you're going to do and where you're going to be at. That's where you get your MOS from.
Exactly.
I am very familiar with the ASVAB test.
Yeah. It was a lighter version. It wasn't super hard. I think I did pretty well. So we'll see how it goes. Definitely. But hey, salute to the 16 in the chat. We got 16 bodies in the building. So let's F and go. Definitely. Absolutely. You guys, thank you so much. We are triple live stream tonight. So make sure whatever channel you're on, if you could hop over to the other one, hit the thumbs up on all 3 of our channels tonight. We really, really appreciate it. It helps push the content out there. Share it as well on any social media you can. And that would really, really help us out. Let's see if we can get some more people in here as well. But yeah, Eagles _Slayer 95. What's going on?
Eagles. What up, buddy?
What's going on, man? Appreciate you being here. Lost the chat jumped ahead. Give me a second. Damn. You guys are killing this chat right now.
I appreciate everyone for tuning in, man. Thank you so much.
Yes, definitely. Prayers go up to Gio. Absolutely. Keep him in your thoughts and prayers, guys. He's definitely going through it right now, but our boy's he's gonna pull through. He's got that fighting spirit. He's got that. Yeah. He's got that Philadelphia toughness. So he's gonna be okay, man. I know he will. Good. I always gonna keep happy thoughts. Definitely, guys. Yes, sir. Almighty Finesse, what's going on? He said, "What's good?"
Good.
Almighty, bud.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man, definitely. It's crazy to know the Baltimore Ravens got double kicked in the yam bag today. They not only did they lose, gosh, and he's the same age as my stepson. It's crazy. 26-year-old Jalen Ferguson, linebacker, and it
Yeah.
hasn't been disclosed of how he passed away. So I don't know. And on top of that, later in the day, they found out that former defensive tackle, famous sideline reporter for Fox, Tony Saragusa, they used to call him the Goose,
Goose.
passed away today as well at 55 years old. So man, definitely, prayers to the Baltimore Ravens families, the teammates. Those guys. That's a big double loss for them today.
Yeah.
Both gone too soon. I mean, 55. That's still too young. Still too young to be leaving this earth, man.
Definitely.
I was wondering what happened to Goose, man. I always thought he did really good on the sideline. I was wondering why Fox didn't keep him going on that, man, because I always thought he did a really good job with that.
He was a great personality, man. Like he always brought like levity to that broadcast. It was always so stiff, and when you got the sideline report from Goose, you know what I mean? Like that's something you were looking forward to. That's something that people still try to emulate now. You see ESPN try to do that with Booger McFarland. It always fails. There was only one man who could hold that job down, and that was Tony Saragusa, man. He was the glue to that 2000 Baltimore Ravens defense when they came through from Cleveland. Like he's the guy that put that defense on where they needed to be. He got every guy on that defense straight and taught them how to be a professional. That's a big loss to the Ravens organization, the Ravens family, and also, the young man Jalen Ferguson. Most importantly, a father of two. That hasn't been said enough. That T's and P's to his family and the Saragusa family, Ravens fan base and all. It's a great tragedy, whether young or old. When a life is lost, it's tragic.
Yeah, man, it just shows you each and every time. Life is always short. You wake up today, but you might not be there tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, as corny as it is, Master Oogway from Kung Fu Panda was right. It's called the present for a reason because each day is a gift. As corny as that sound, guys, it's very, very true. Don't take anything for granted. Make sure that everyone that you love and cherish on this earth knows it, because you never know when your time's up, and you never know when their time's going to be up too. So, just always keep the ones you love close and let them know. Make sure that they know that they're deeply loved, and that's the advice I can give. Definitely.
Nothing is promised to us, man. That's the thing. We only got one life. You got to live it to its fullest.
Yep. Yes, sir. Richie said, let's give Vic 3 subs up. Absolutely, you guys. Make sure you're subbed and locked into Vic 3. Definitely. Richie's joking around here. He said, shout out to the 411 subs that subscribed to the Loudmouth AK. We definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in. Definitely, you guys. Absolutely, like Vic said. Appreciate every one of you guys. Every one of you guys. The food and the water, like I always say. Can't do it without you. Each and every one of you.
Nina.
Hey, what's good, Nina?
What's going on, Nina? Appreciate you checking in. Definitely. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you for the retweet the other day, man. That was awesome, man. I thank you for that.
And keep coming with those mom dancing videos.
Yes.
Love seeing them.
Like I've been saying, and I told you, man, those are timeline cleansing. Like we see so much tragedy, throughout the day. It's so nice to see someone enjoying life.
Yep.
Yeah, I wish as many people that, because I see people with a lot of people that are like, there's a lot of people that are followed on Twitter, but they don't necessarily get the people over to YouTube. So it's like, it's hard to kind of, sway that crowd. But yeah, it's always good to get retweets and things like that. We always appreciate that, you guys.
Yeah.
I recently not too long ago went over 2,000 followers on Twitter. So that was kind of cool to see. It seems like every day I've been getting like 2 or 3 people following me on Twitter. It's been pretty crazy, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed today I'm following a lot more people than they are following me, and then I realized, well, that ends today.
Yeah, I know. I need to do that too. I need to cleanse my account.
For the most part, if you follow me, I follow you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for the most part, definitely. Yeah,
I'm playing.
I'm a good follow. I'm a good hang.
Olivia Cook says, only sometimes, Olivia. Well, we got. Are you a double fan? Who's your other team? Uh-oh.
No, she is a Giant fan. Is that what that said? NY?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
nice
that.
logo right there.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey, we fly through the Meadowlands perfectly fine.
Hey, no problem, brother. Keep doing your thing, man.
Alright.
Need any help?
Thanks,
Here.
Hey, that's what's up. Go to my guys, sub them up.
Yes, absolutely, you guys. Yeah, BLSG's link is right there as well, you guys. You click on that; it's the direct link to his channel, to his content. Make sure you go lock into his channel as well.
I've never heard that one before.
335 subs. Good work, kid. Keep up the good work. Keep working hard. It's paying off. It's definitely
Yeah, man.
paying off.
I'm here at what? I think like 170 something. I'm just trying to crawl myself
almost
over
to
200.
2. Yes, sir. You're getting there. Tossing the rock outside. Absolutely. Hell yeah. I would. It wasn't a football, but me and my son were playing catch with like a water toy earlier today in the pool. So that was enjoyable. That was fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Mac the Giants fan, what's good? Appreciate you checking in, my dude. Thank you so much. Definitely. The amount of people in the chat right now is great. You know, it's so quiet that now the AK muted his mic. It's really quiet. I'm used to that background noise. It's like really quiet when you muted your mic. I was like,
oh, dang. My fridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta have the bigger
Really?
What's going on, Double K? K'von Kellum, what's good? Thank you, Randall. I appreciate it. Speedy Eagle, what's going on? Thank you for checking in.
Yo, what's good, Speedy?
Dang. Thank you, Olivia. I think I did too. Positive Philly Productions. Thank you for checking in. Appreciate you. Shout out to Positive Philly. Thank you, Drew. Positive Philly said, "Go Birds. We're going to be a great team this year." It's looking. It's only June 22nd, but hey,
81 days away. 81 days
exactly.
away. So September 11th.
You know what I mean? It's looking really good on paper right now. It really, really is, and I know we're all excited. We wish it was September right now. We're ready for them to get it on and cracking.
Listen, I've been watching those Penn relays, and what's his name, Donovan Allen? You seen him blowing it up? Man,
yeah.
I'm hoping. Again,
third fastest time in the hurdles. What?
I'm not expecting much. I'm not saying he's gonna be a burner on the field, but if my man can take care of special teams duties, I'll be excited. I'll be happy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I agree.
Special teams, yeah, you can fly down the field and make some tackles. More power to him.
Let him be a kick returner and a punt returner. Listen, my guy's running hurdles. I think I mentioned it on my tweet. They talk about straight line speed and how that can translate to the NFL, especially when you talk about track guys. But he's running hurdles. He's used to having obstacles in his way, and we've seen what he can do in Oregon. I'm hoping that he can get that form back and he can do some magic on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it translates over. That'd be amazing. I mean, that's a steal if it does.
Definitely. And so, yeah, that was one of the things I wanted to touch on for tonight. And Almighty Finesse brought it up. We recently acquired veteran safety, Jaquiski Tartt from the 49ers. And I was trying to get my friend 49er Jay, Niner Jay, to come on with us tonight, but he switched jobs and he's working nights now. So shout out to Niner Jay. hope things are going good with you and the family. You know, I think he's got three little ones now. So, you know, and yeah, I wanted to get him on to get his opinion about Jaquiski. But what do you guys think about this move, and how much realistically do you see him playing this year? AK, what do you think?
Damn, he went with me first.
Now that we got 20 people in the chat, no pressure.
Yeah, right. No. Listen, man, I like Tartt. I mean, but I really like Epps too. I get what Tartt did last year. He was a safety on a defense, and they went to the championship game, and they ultimately lost that championship game because he didn't catch an interception. But it's a good signing. I can't sit here and tell you if he's going to start or not. Like I said, I have very high praise for Marcus Epps. Maybe there is a way that they kind of alternate between them. Maybe they used. I don't know, man. I don't know. All I know is they have a reason for getting him. It is a pretty decent signing. It's better than what we have behind Harrison Epps. So as for me, it's just kind of more of a depth signing than an actual starter. But I mean, he could surprise, and he could. I don't know, man. I really don't. I want to say he could be a starter, but I also want to sit there and say that he's going to be rotation because I think that highly of Epps. So I'm torn. That's why I didn't want you to go with me first.
I'm not. I think I made it known at the end of the season. Especially with what was going on this offseason. Howard Roseman, what he did in free agency, what he did in the draft, what he did to rebuild this defense, to put this squad together. You're not going to tell me he's going to do all that and then negate the safety position. I told you, we're going to need another safety here. We're going to need competition. We can't be that same team, which we neglected with the linebacker position the same way, where we get this talent, we bring it all around, and all of a sudden we're going to negate a position. We're okay. We're set with what we got. And it never worked out. Let me say it again. Never worked out. That's why our linebacker position was such a horrible disarray. But then they took care of that. We all like Epps. We all like that we can be. He's a guy that came through. But the thing is, you can't do all this work and then be okay with what you have at safety. There was no way you could be okay with it. I like the pickup. I think he's a hard safety. He battles all the time. You saw in that one play with DJ Metcalf, even after you thought the play was over and Metcalf was in the end zone, nope, he ended up with the football. He's a guy that's going to play into the whistle, and that's what you want. Someone who's going to come in here and compete. And if it's between him and Epps, may the best man win. I don't care who it is. I want the best people on the field. I want the best product on the field. So if he comes in here, to compete, by all means, let it happen. Every position should be open, even the quarterback position. Every position should be open. We were talking about training camp.
Absolutely, there should be competition at every position. Even if you know who the starter is going to be, especially at like quarterback, there still needs to be a level of competition to where, certain positions, especially the backup quarterback, is not slacking off just because they know for sure that they're going to be the backup quarterback. He needs to be preparing like he's the starter, each and every week. And, I can understand why some people would feel like Richie here, calling him Bill Buckner, because that's fresh in your mind that he dropped the interception in the championship game. But you know what? Since 2015, he has been a very, very solid rotational piece. And he started a lot for the 49ers over the years. So he's a good veteran player with a good amount of experience, and he brings that veteran leadership to the even more because we already have it obviously in the safety area with
K'von Wallace. We got
Yeah, I was thinking of the guy who we brought back on the 1 year deal. I don't know why his name's escaping me. It always happens when I'm on here.
Anthony Harris?
Yeah, Anthony Harris. Thank you. Yeah.
Bro, I understand that, man, but I mean, this guy only had 66 combined tackles last year, and he only had 24 assists. He had no sacks, no interceptions, nothing. Like, I get it, but Epps had more interceptions than him last year. You know what I mean? Like, Epps had 3 or 4, I believe. So this kid only had 66 combined tackles, 24 assists, no sacks, interceptions, none. So I'm not all for just giving him the position. I mean, in my mind, Epps did better than him last year, especially at that position. So, therefore, Epps is my guy. To me, he's just a depth piece at this moment until he proves otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very high on Marcus Epps too. So he's gonna have. I think that Tartt is gonna be battling for a position on this team. I really do. There's people that think he's gonna automatically make the team. I don't know about that. There's no guarantees, in life. So especially in the NFL, in the business is, what have you done for me lately? And he's definitely got a new system to learn, and we'll see what he's got left in the tank. He's, like I said, he's been in the league for a little while now. So,
that's one of the things I do like, because when you're talking about, Epps does have the upper hand. He does know the playbook. But you got to talk about a guy who was just under Robert Saleh, who just came under D'Amico Ryans. So he has a wealth of knowledge that Epps does not have. Like I said, I love competition. I'm not trying to have a popularity contest. I want to see good competition on the field. I don't care if you've been here for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. If you come here and won and you can outbeat that guy, outplay that guy, and you're the starter. That's all I care about. Like, I got it. Epps is the fan favorite because he's been here for a while. But again, my thing is, who's going to perform better on the field? That's all I care about.
But wait, I don't understand what does him playing under them two have to do with his knowledge of the game?
I'm saying he has other vast knowledge of defenses that Epps hasn't been accustomed to. Epps has only been accustomed to the Philadelphia defense. That's it.
Yeah,
he's learning other defenses again. That's what I'm saying. He has knowledge of defense too. He's coming in from a program where, listen, the Niners are all about defense first. They're all about those safeties. They're the ones who cover a lot for them. So again, I'm just saying that he has a lot of experience coming in here too. So don't sleep on him thinking, again, Epps right now is the fan favorite. But again, Epps was what, 4th, I think, last year when you came in the preseason? He worked his way up to 3rd, got some playing time due to injuries. And that's why we think he is. But let's talk about that. We're talking about a guy who was the 3rd stringer last year, coming into starting this year. Are you really that comfortable?
From what he proved to me last year, yes. Of course, I am. There's nothing wrong with him earning his spot.
Oh, no, it isn't. But again,
especially when you had the likes of Malcolm Jenkins back in the day playing, and you had Rodney McLeod. Of course, he didn't have his time to shine. And then you go out and you get rid of Jenkins, and then you fill that void, and you still have McLeod at that point, and he really didn't get his time. Well, now our vets are gone. It's his time. He's been here long enough. He knows what we do. Now prove it. There's nothing wrong with waiting in the shadows. Hell, even Aaron Rodgers had to take 5 years before he got his spotlight.
The way you're kind of explaining this, because of the length of time that he was here, he deserves that position. What I'm saying, and that's all good.
Well,
we're here at training camp.
He's never been cut, right? So therefore, he's proven something over the years. And maybe they've been working on him for the last 5 years to just get him ready for this moment. I mean, these guys do sit here and, scout and think years in advance on these teams. This might have been something they've been discussing and planning for years, man. I don't fucking know. All I know is that he proved to me last year that he could intercept the ball. He made 3 interceptions at least. Okay? He's a hitting machine. He does not miss. I mean, hell, he dropped D-Hop by himself. That's hard to do, and he did it. Just took him right down. So you're talking about a guy who can tackle. He's very secure when he tackles, and he has one hell of a hit stick added to him. I mean, seriously, man, this kid can pop you. And he always is in the right place at the right time. What more do you want right now? That's the best option we got.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, my thing is, once it's come to training camp, it's open competition. I don't care what you did last year. I don't. Not on any side. It's what you're doing now. That's all I care about.
I get that, but
again, I'm not against that. My thing is,
off of last year's production, I'm taking Epps over Tartt. That's what I'm saying. If you're basing it off of that moving into this year, and you're looking at the depth chart based off of last year's production, Epps is over Tartt.
Who's over him initially? Like I said, he's a new player, but I'm saying once we get to training camp, by then he knows the playbook. You got to play by then.
Who would you say right now, if you had to say who our best safety is on paper, or and going off of what you saw from last year, who would you say our top safety is?
You'd have to say Harris right now. That's going to be it. Harris is our top safety. Most
because of the veteran experience.
Most experience, most playing time. You've seen his stats, what he did in Minnesota. Although last year was a quiet year for him, he still had an admirable year. So it got to be Harris.
Gotcha. Hey, Kate.
I want to look at something real fast before I answer this, because I just want to make sure I'm right on this. Okay.
Go ahead. No problem. Yeah, I mean, the safety position is one that, you know, I was fine with if we didn't add on to it, but I think adding Tartt is not a bad thing. I definitely think he brings, like Vic said, he brings a good amount of veteran experience, knowledge. You know, he can. I'm sure there's things that he can bring to the table that he can teach and pass along to his, you know, his fellow teammates, his coaches, things like that. So, you know, it's never a bad thing to me to bring in a veteran from, like Vic said, from a very solid defensive system. Never a bad thing. So I think there's a good chance he makes this team, and I think there's a good chance he's, you know, definitely pretty heavily in the rotation at the safety position this year. I think there's going to be a good amount of Harris, Epps, you know, they're going to Tartt and Wallace too. I think the four of them are going to kind of rotate in, you know, and I think that's, like I said, it's not a bad thing to add depth, and that's what we did. You know, a good veteran depth piece.
Yeah, no, I'd say Harris is the number one right now. I mean, if I'm looking at last year and stuff, I mean, Harris had 10 more tackles, only had 10 more tackles than Epps, you know, but they both tied in interceptions. So, you know, I mean, obviously Harris, because of the veteran leader that he is and knowing where he's supposed to.
I agree with that.
But I mean, that's the thing, though. You saw Epps make that leap last year in the little time that he played. You know, he had 62 tackles and he had 23 assists. Okay, that's a pretty good year for somebody who was not expecting to even touch the field. All right, and you see the leaps that he made last year. These guys have to play to get better. In all honesty, they have to. You saw the flashes of Epps. I'm willing to take that chance, man, because you know what? We've taken chances on less before.
Oh, yeah. He
showed me on that. We have taken chances on less before, so why not let Epps ball? See what he's got.
That's kind of like what I was alluding to earlier when we had that mistake with the linebacker position. We kept on taking chances, and they don't work. Again, I don't care if it's Epps or I don't care. My thing is, I want the best player on the field. Don't care. It's not a popularity contest for me.
I agree.
All right. Okay. So I think we're both in agreement that Harris is our number one safety. You know, and I think Epps is definitely, you know, our solid number two. Tartt's going to come in and bring him some good competition. Hopefully, K'von Wallace steps up too, and you know we have a three-way battle for that number two spot. You know, it's iron sharpens iron, so that's only going to help us down in the long run, because it's going to be a long season. You know, it's definitely a grind. And these guys, that's why they work so hard at getting their bodies, you know, in tip-top shape. But linebacker, who would you guys say is right now our best linebacker on paper? And I'm going to throw this in there too, because linebacker is definitely a position where the person you say who is number one right now may not be number one at the end of the season.
True.
So you can that you can spice it up with your prediction for the future as well. But I'll kick it off on this one because right now, we're taking veteran experience into consideration. And he played pretty solidly last year. I think our number one linebacker right now. If you're taking into consideration the potential of what he brings to the table, I think our number one linebacker is Hassan Riddick. Some people may say T.J. Edwards, but I will throw this in there that I think there is a very, very good chance that Mr. Nakobe Dean hits the ground freaking running in the NFL, has a sensational, and I'll say that again, a sensational rookie season and becomes our number one by the end of the season.
Well,
Vic,
let
what
me
do you
just
think
ask you
about,
a real
what do you think
question.
about the linebacker? Yeah,
It was kind of interesting what you said about Hassan Reddick. Do
Yeah.
you think that he'll take more snaps as linebacker or defensive end?
Being that
Definitely going to be end.
Yeah, I would think so. Probably two, because being that the fact that we're kind of thin on the defensive end spot, especially production wise, especially with BG coming back from the major injury that he had. So, yeah, you got a good point there. Definitely, Hassan Riddick may end up taking more snaps at defensive end than linebacker.
He's still a linebacker though. But
Yeah, oh, definitely. But it kind of influences my answer. That's why I want to see where y'all are. It influences my answer.
listen, I'm going to give you mine, and the only reason I'm going this route is because there's no way it can happen twice in a row. And dude, I'm going to tell you right now, I expect a lot from this kid. Kaiser White is going to be the best linebacker this year.
And May is his finest.
I for something just told me when we got him, man. Like there's no way you can grab a dude like Wilson twice in 2 years in a row. There's no way. He had a pretty solid year last year, and I think he had like 125 tackles, something like that. So this kid's young. He's motivated. If he stays healthy and he does not pull a Wilson on us and he actually taps into his full potential, man, we might have stole one right here.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Kaiser White, man, and he might ultimately pan out to be our next good linebacker. I'm not going to say great yet. I'll say good. Great's hard to put in a category for that,
Right. Definitely, especially at the linebacker position. I mean, to be considered great at that position, it takes a lot. Definitely,
Yeah.
It takes consistency for years.
And people forget that we even signed this kid because of everything else we've done. Kaiser is like, I feel bad for the guy because he's been wiped off the table. No one even talks about him. But hey, he might like that though, because whenever week 1 comes and he's out there smoking people, fucking he'll be like, "Yeah, y'all remember me now?"
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he's the guy that they don't talk about. I think Taylor will be the guy that no one talks about anymore. K'von Taylor has his name has just been disappearing ever since those 2 signings. But if I'm going to rank them out right now, like I said, my answer is going to be a little different because I'm going to put Riddick into the DE status. I'm not putting him in that linebacker status. Okay. So then I'm going to have to give it to T.J. Edwards. He's been in the playbook. He's been here for that time. He is that leader on the defense. He is our middle linebacker. He will be our middle linebacker. Then, like AK said, you got my guy, Kaiser White. Like I said, May's his finest, Hornets all the way. He's going to come in. He's going to surprise a lot of people. Lock down those tight ends. Lock down the middle of the field. Then you got the youngster, the Nakobe Dean. That's going to be our start. That's the way I ranked them. That's going to be, our starting linebacking core.
Yeah, I like it, and it's kind of it's really a blessing. It's a breath of fresh air to be able to talk about having good depth at the linebacker position. I mean, we went from a bare cupboard to a pretty nice little linebacking core now.
Yeah.
It went from a weakness of our defense to somewhat of a strength. So it's a very very good improvement, and I'm excited to see this group work together.
I think we all could agree, though, it could use a little more work.
Listen, with
I
Kaiser
would
here,
not
like that coverage
even.
defense is going to be insane. Because he's a former safety, like I said, very fast, got good eyes, good hands. Then we're talking about the rest of the backfield. You got Big Play Slay, you got Bradbury, who right now I'm a little worried about, but we'll see as time goes on. You got Maddox, trusty safety. We talked about the safety position. It's going to be scary to pass on us. If everything comes together, listen, it's going to be tough to throw on us.
Yeah, yeah. I think we all know that. I think we all know that big that Darius Slay, Big Play Slay, is our number one corner. Like you said, we brought in Bradbury to be that cornerback too, and he's been a little shaky in OTAs, things like that so far, but I think he's going to be fine once he gets to know the system a little bit better, gets a little more familiarity with the guys around him, with the coaching staff. Gets a little more comfortableness under his belt. He's going to be just fine. So, and we arguably have the best slot corner in the league. I mean, he's one of the best. He's probably top 3 in the NFL. That had a breakout stellar year at the corner slot position last year in Vontae Maddox, which is pretty cool. I've got to get my daughter one of those jerseys because that's her birth name is Grace, but my daughter's nickname is Maddox, and she goes by Maddox most of the time, which is pretty cool. I never when he first got signed by the team, I was like, oh, this guy's he'd probably be on the practice squad and be off the team in a year. I won't bother buying a jersey, but now I could definitely invest in one.
There you go.
Hold on, I just seen in the comments we got Philly Fresh in the building. Yo, that thank you for coming through, my guy. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yes. You guys go check him out. He dropped a video earlier today. Yes, Yodat, absolutely. He dropped some content. He was talking about ranking importance of Philadelphia players this coming season. So go check that out. Go lock into his content if you haven't already. Go subscribe and let him know the East Meets West sent you. Definitely appreciate it. Salute to the general.
Man knows his shit. Go check him out.
Absolutely.
You got to listen to the Philly Facts of the day. I mean, the Philly Fresh Facts. always dropping gems.
Yeah. Straight gems every day. No doubt. Yeah,
Man, that is out of my realm, bro.
Who's that for Kaiser, right? That's what you're talking about, Kaiser?
Yeah.
If he's at 230, man, that's I don't know how that affects his speed because I think he's in that mid 220 range. You know what I mean? Like that. You want his speed to be up. I don't know if you want him to be too big, too bulky, but
he's at 216 right now.
I think he's a smaller guy. Yeah, he was a safety. He's always played safety, running back, cornerback. Like he's always been a smaller guy, but he can handle.
He can handle. He can handle.
That could be what he's doing in the offseason. He could be bulking up. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. But all I know is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it wasn't broke last year. He played well. I would not change anything. Just let the dude keep doing what he's doing, but.
True.
Yeah, I always think players have a tough time when they do that. When they try to tweak their body weight and they try to I know it's a different position, but when we talk about Carson Wentz, we saw the struggles that he went. One year he came in, he was a little bulky. Next year he slimmed down, and those were the years where he got hurt. And but he played a little better. He was able to move around better. So with players, moving up in that weight, they got to find that sweet spot.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, if I came out and I had an MVP year at this certain weight, at this certain body mass and shit, dude, I would never change it. I'd be like, that's where I'm going to play because that's like your perfect zone. You know, if
Plus,
you
it
go too
probably all
far
depends
one way or
on
the other,
what's going on, though.
yeah,
Like you said, if it's working, you stick with it. You don't fix what doesn't need to be, what's not broken. You know, if it's working well,
obviously
you
you got
stick
to
with it.
polish it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to make sure you're not, that you're not predictable and you're not, you know, easily defended, things like that. But yeah, you keep at it. You, like you said, you polish it.
Yeah.
You keep that engine running smooth. Keep that oil running nice and lean. Absolutely, you're going to be good to go.
Like for instance, man, Eddie Lacy went the wrong way about it.
That's a great example right there.
Let's be
Tried,
honest.
though. You got to give it to him. He kind of tried.
Chinese food to a whole nother level. Okay.
He switched it up. What was it when he went to Seattle? Remember? He
Yeah.
slimmed down. He got a little bulkier, but I don't know what happened. I think injuries took him out.
Yeah, they definitely did. They definitely did. Well, I mean, you've seen that's what happened to Colin Kaepernick once he stopped using the human growth hormones, whatever he was using when he was in the league. He got skinny real quick. He was big. He was, when he was scoring those touchdowns, kissing his bicep. He was pretty yoked, man. And then he stopped working out. He got skinny real fast.
Once you make those tours around doing those speeches, you ain't got to work out as much.
Right.
That money comes in a whole different way. But it saved him from the CT, so you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. It's a good point.
Hopefully, though, he can sign. I don't know what his status is with the Raiders. I know he tried out, but hopefully he can sign on.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not holding my breath. Definitely. I mean, not that I don't want him back in the league or anything like that. Or do I think he could? I'm sure he could probably still throw the football, probably better than some quarterbacks that are playing in the NFL. But I just think it's been too long now, and I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the sad part, though.
It is.
No, I ain't gonna lie, bro. At one point down the line there for a little bit, I was sitting there and I contemplated on whether or not we'd do it before y'all go like, oh, well, we did it for Vic. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, we are one of those teams who we kind of try to look past all the bullshit, especially if you say you changed. And we're a second chance type team. We like to do stuff like that. We did it with T.O. We did it with Vic. Like I was like, we would be that team to do it. Watch it happen. And it never did, but I always thought maybe somehow, some way they might have flirted with it at one point. That was before Hurts and while Wentz was doing his crap.
Right.
The sad part about Kaepernick is, a lot of people say that it was the NFL that blackballed him, and some owners may have had their stance and they didn't want to deal with him. But the biggest issue was that you had sponsors that basically blackballed him. It wasn't so much the teams; it was the sponsors basically saying, "If you sign him, then we're not going to support the team." Now that's big money coming through, and that's what they were going to deal with. That's why he became such a liability, because that sponsor money is what counts.
Right, it's politics. When it boils down to it, it's politics. Once he crossed into that area and you're affecting corporate money, then yeah, that's a big bone to be chewing on.
Well, I'll say this: if you're a hero, you got to walk through that fire. He walked through it perfectly. You know what I mean? Like he held his head high. He handled it the right way. So, like for me, like I said, he is a hero.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, what's that famous saying? Ultimately, don't shit where you eat.
No kidding. Yeah, very good. Very true. Very, very true. So going back to the player rankings, kind of the defensive end spot. We talked about corner already. Oh, actually, you guys didn't really chime in on corner. I mean, obviously, it's kind of we have our 1, 2, 3. Slay is obviously our number one, right, guys? You feel the same way?
Yeah.
Well, the one thing I don't think we thought of is now we have 6 corners on the roster. One got to go. And one we made a move to get, no matter who it is. We're not going to get rid of McPherson. It looks like it's between Gowan and now Vincent Jr.
No, it would be Vincent.
Training camp has not taken place yet, so I will not say who the odd man out is. I'll let the competition speak for itself. Yeah, man, someone's going to be out.
I know Tay's been working his tail off this offseason, so hopefully it bleeds through onto the field and he's able to open some eyes from the coaching staff.
Yeah.
No, I know there's a lot of people out there who are worried about the Bradbury thing sometimes. You hear people questioning it. And I understand, but a lot of people need to realize, though, he's not taking on wide receiver one now. He'll be taking on wide receiver twos. I believe a lot of his downfall last year was due to just the whole dysfunction of that team from the ground up. Because Slay is the number one, a lot of pressure will be taken off of him. And not just that, but this team is built very well. The Giants team was not built very well. He's going to be able to react a lot faster, a lot cleaner, and a lot smoother because this team ultimately around him is going to play better. And when you play better as a whole, he'll play better. Because he is a CB1 to a point. He was last year. And on other teams, he would be a CB1. That he should actually have a pretty good year this year, man. I'm not going to lie. I believe they're going to be able to sit there and play him in zone, and he's just going to be able to sit still, watch the eyes, and read and react, man. Like, this kid can play football if the pressure is not too high for him, I guess. But he's shown himself in high-pressure situations, too. I guess it would be more of a consistency thing with him. But I'm not worried about it, man, because he's not our CB1. He's our CB2. And I'll take him over Nelson any day. So I'm good with it.
Listen, I'll take him over Nelson, but I'm still worried. Because, again, like you said, Harris is that lockdown. They could ignore him all day and focus on Bradbury. That's one of the issues that he had in New York. Because it wasn't this past year. The year before that, Patrick Graham had to switch up his defense because Bradbury couldn't handle it. Bradbury really wasn't the first guy then. He was the number 2 guy. And he was still getting cooked. Bradbury concerns me. Hopefully this defense, the supporting cast around him can help a lot. But if it's just Bradbury on an island, we might be in some trouble.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, though. It's not going to be because hopefully, and I say hopefully, because how they're going to be scheming it is this defense ultimately is built on a way where your safeties can be free roaming to where they can just kind of play off of the quarterback. They don't actually have to be in one set position all the time. Sure, there will be certain times they will have to be in a certain area, but most of the time they should be able to just play free, which means if that's the case, he'll have help over top with Harris. You know what I'm saying? To where last he didn't have that per se. He had to do a lot on his own. Because the safeties weren't where they were supposed to be. The linebackers weren't where they were supposed to be. No one was there. So he took a lot on his shoulders. And that's what I'm saying. I feel he won't have to carry that much weight this year because as a team, collectively around him, we're better than what he had last year, which ultimately will make him better.
Yeah,
makes any fucking sense.
It does. And you know what? And if all else fails, that's why we have depth at the position now. We drafted McPherson. We traded for Gowan for a reason. I mean, we didn't just trade for these and draft these guys to have them sit on the bench and watch. They're getting drafted and traded for a reason. They're getting brought in for a reason, and that's to play football. And if we have to, let one of them step up and take that spot if need be. I think I still have lots of faith in Gowan. I think he's very capable of playing at the NFL level, and I can't wait for him to get his opportunity. And I hope it's with our Philadelphia Eagles. I really do.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. If he gets cut, I'm gonna be fucking pissed because you know what? You gave up our greatest tight end for this kid. Just to turn around the next year and release him, that's going to piss me off.
Well, I think that's why he's the safe guy. I think that's why he's safe.
Yeah.
Like for me, I think, we may keep 6. it depends on what goes on. But who's to say that, if McPherson doesn't work out at corner, he doesn't move back to safety? That could be
Wait,
another option too.
let's say that again. What?
McPherson, if he moves back to safety.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that could be another option too. A lot is, remains to be seen. Like I said, we don't know what's going to happen until training camp starts. Then we can, start figuring out what's going on, what the looks are going to be. But until then, it's going to be all speculation.
Because McPherson used to play safety in college?
Yeah. McPherson
Okay.
plays safety. Trying to think if St. Vincent did. I think he may have also. I think he may have experience at safety, but I don't think he'd be one to move over. With
Right.
St. Vincent, like I think with him, that's why I said I think he might be the odd guy out. He's the one that's going to really have to earn his way here, because we sacrificed a lot to get Gowan. We already know McPherson's a draft pick, and our 3 starting guys we already mentioned.
Right.
So and I think I'm trying to remember his name, because there is another guy, another corner that we have here that we were interested in. I think we signed him to a futures deal. I don't remember his name right now.
The Crochet.
Oh, Shashir.
Shashir.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say it. I'm not trying to-
Seriously,
Right.
Howard,
Butcher it.
pull a fucking Rams, get on the phone, and grab Jenkins, bring him out of retirement, just like they did Weddle last year. Go grab him, bring him out, go one more time. I know that's hopes and dreams, and it'll never fucking happen, but
With Weddle, I think the reason why that worked, that's like if you're watching Fast and the Furious, you know how when they tell you got to hit the nitrous at the right point.
yeah,
That was
Yeah.
Weddle. When they brought him in, they
Too
brought him in
soon,
at the right
Junior.
time. They knew he had a certain amount of games you can get some greatness out of him, and that was it. That was the allotted amount they had.
Yeah. Yep. That's true.
Yep.
It's true. So defensive end. Obviously, Brandon Graham's coming back.
Mhm.
He's gonna be number one, obviously, in my book. Number two, unfortunately, or no, what am I saying? Number
Josh
2 is Josh Sweat.
Yeah,
Number 3, unfortunately, would probably be Derek Barnett. Teron Jackson's is going to give him a good run for his money, in my opinion, at that spot right there. And
don't forget the aforementioned Hassan Reddick.
right,
He's gonna be
Hassan
a
Reddick,
lot of D position right there.
let me throw a
he's definitely going to be the number 2.
Milt Williams,
That number
Big
2.
Milt. We all
Yeah.
know Big Milt played defensive end.
Mill Williams
Teron
will slide
Jackson.
outside.
Happy birthday, Teron Jackson, by the way. Let me just shout that out.
That's right. I seen that earlier. Yeah, big Kobe Bryant fan. Big Kobe Bryant fan.
Yeah.
That's I seen that on Twitter. Yeah, he's a happy birthday, Teron. Definitely enjoy your birthday. But so what do you got? AK, what do you think about the defensive end? Depth, in your opinion.
Oh, dude, I've already been on record saying I really like our depth on both offense and defensive line. We've always been that team to build trenches first, and we do it all the time. Yeah, we were a little lackluster there last year, but we're not now. I'm not too worried as long as everyone stays healthy and this defense plays the way we all hope it is going to. Should be okay, man.
I'm just happy we don't have any dead weight like Ryan Kerrigan on the team. We know every defensive end that we have on this roster will be playing. They will be in a rotation. No one will be collecting money on the bench.
It's true.
Yeah, no.
You're in their keep.
Kerrigan.
That was, we all thought.
A waste of a signing.
Well, you know why we were all? It was. I don't even if Howie Long's son, Chris Long, if he doesn't have that tremendous year like he did in 2017, the way we brought him in towards the end of his career, a lot of us were comparing that to Kerrigan. And I think that's why our expectations were so high, and that's why we were so let down at his just lackluster. I mean, outside of that, I think you pick up a guy that late, that late in his career, you can't expect too much. And I just think we were expecting another Chris Long, and it really didn't pan out.
Well, for me, I wasn't expecting so much production on the field. What I thought Kerrigan was going to bring to this field was that nastiness that he had in Washington. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to say like I want to get
No,
done
facts.
like have some Barnett type plays, but come on, man. You know that sometimes you got to get in the player's face. You got to talk some junk. You might have to hit someone, a quarterback, a little later than expected. But again, not doing it to cause penalties, but doing it to send a message.
You
I
know
thought
what?
that was what Kerrigan was going to bring over. He never did that.
Yeah, like Bennett
Yep.
from Seattle. You remember that
Exactly. We had
nasty?
Michael Bennett. He brought some toughness to the team.
I thought that's what Kerrigan was going to be. Nothing real special. He wasn't going to go out there and give you much. But, dude, when you ran to his side, you knew that Bennett was going to wrap him up, right? And, dude, shout out to that man. Listen, he was with us, 2 years?
Did he make it 3 years?
Huh?
We had an issue. We had an issue with Bennett. I don't know if he made it the full 2 years.
I hope he made it, too. I hope I'm right on that. But shout out to that man, dude, because, listen, that dude was reliable. I don't think we all appreciated him as much as what we should have. Right. Dude, that was dirty, man. He really was.
I think he was one of those players. You know how they say when you have championship pedigree and they come in with that ring?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think he showed the ring. He just came into the defense like, you ain't shit. Mm-hmm. You're not going to be on this level. Until you're at where I'm at, you're not going to be there. And they, defense, look, he got a ring. He know what he's talking about. Let's listen to the man. And he was a good locker room presence when he was here.
We only had him for 2018. Looks like.
Yeah, that was. I don't think it was just 2 years. But then we had issues with him.
Yeah.
Because he was a contract issue that he wanted.
He was on the Patriots in 2019, and then the Cowboys after that.
Yeah. Oh no, Rome, I agree. I definitely respect Chris Long more, but Bennett was nasty.
Listen, I consider Chris Long an Eagle for life. That's serious. The amount of love he still shows on his podcast, how he talks about the Eagles, man, he an Eagle for life.
Bennett, yeah. Nah, man, he was just nasty, dude. Like,
if only his brother played for us, though.
I thought that he would be able to do it that year, dude. I really thought, because when we got him, I was like, oh, here comes his brother, and then it never happened.
And we've been fighting everybody.
Yeah.
So let's see. We're on. Let's go to the defensive tackle now. Who wants to kick this one off?
I will.
Go ahead.
This is mine.
I knew you were going to kick this one off.
It is going to be Jordan Davis and Hargrave starting. Fletcher Cox will be your rotation. Yep.
I beg to differ.
You can beg to differ all you want, my guy. Listen, you don't even know.
So Jordan Davis is going to beat out Fletcher Cox for the starting position.
Bro, I don't see how he can't. I don't see how he can't. Tell me. I mean, did you see the picture of him standing next to him? I never thought anyone could make Fletcher Cox look small. He does.
Yeah, what he got? 2 inches on him, right? He got about like a good 2 on him.
I'm telling you, bro, how can you stop him? And if you listen, Hargraves proved last year he was a wrecking ball. Now you put Davis right next to Hargraves, he's a way bigger threat than Cox at this point in his career. Like, let's be honest, this kid is very young, he's very strong, he's very fast. You team him right next to Hargraves, that is just nasty. And then you bring in Fletch for your third down or whatever, and keep him fresh all year long, dude. Come on. And then just sprinkling some Milton Williams on edge and DT.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Come on, man.
I'm ready.
There's no way. I'm sorry. I love Fletch. I respect the man. He's a legend. But he ain't beating my boy, dude. I'm sorry. He's not.
I mean, unless Jordan Davis just embarrasses Kelsey in training camp or something like that, or just as an outworldly, otherworldly performance. He
has to be terrible. Yeah, he has to be fucking terrible.
I'll say this.
I still think Fletcher Cox is going to start the season
next year. How much is Fletcher Cox earning next year?
Only $14 million.
That shit.
And I'm telling you this right now. Fletcher Cox will be traded week 7. Watch.
Oh my! Woo! Listen,
Why?
I don't know.
Right now, if Jordan Davis walks in this building in OTAs and takes over that defensive line, comes in week 1, takes it over all week long, each and every week, and he proves that he is there to stay, therefore they just automatically made Fletcher Cox expendable. And somebody at that point in time in week 7, when there is injuries, somebody's going to need a DT. And when they need one, ring a ding ding, here we are. And then you send them over and you get like a second, third round pick for them, and on your way you go. I'm telling you, Jordan Davis is not going to be sweated by Fletcher Cox. I'm telling you right now, bro. Did you not watch this combine?
That is a great theory. I would, if it happens.
Watch. I'm telling you, you heard it here. I take
we
it.
all heard it here.
Heard it here first,
At 109:10 on the clock. But I'm gonna say this: Jordan Davis ain't gonna start. It's gonna be Hargraves and Cox. They're gonna get that veteran leadership up there first.
Bro, when you see this talent, man, there's no way you're going to be able to start him over him. There's no way.
You projecting too much on the young kid, because right now they even said it. They're going to bring the kid in slowly. You projecting again. Training camp hasn't started yet.
Of course they're going to tell you that. They're not going to come out here and tell you,
Listen, I'm gonna tell you how it's going to be. Again, you got to understand the business of the NFL. You're not paying Cox to be sitting on the bench, my guy. It's Hargraves and Cox. You're going to have Williams, and then you're going to have Davis rotating. It is what it is. In the middle of the year, if they find a team that can take Cox, and we're in a position where we can give him up, Howard's going to make that move. But again, why would you want to give up this beef front of a line just because you think
because if he proves you do not need Fletcher Cox, then you move on from him. What are you talking about? What do you mean? Dude, you got to get rid of the love for him and put that aside and think about the team.
Hold on now. Me love for Fletcher Cox?
Come on. No, because you're hating right now, dude. Listen, I'm telling you, if Jordan Davis comes out in OTAs and spring training here and all that, and he comes out and he dominates, I'm telling you, if this kid dominates, there is no way in hell they're going to start Fletcher Cox over him. There's no way.
It's too big. If it's too big, we haven't seen anything yet.
Look at like Rob says,
he is the 12th overall pick.
AK Rob says, Howie always plays cap value first. So even if he starts Fletcher next to Hargrave, they could have big JD in a heavy rotation. To keep Fletch that much fresher, you can have Jordan Davis.
Why did it take so long for Joshua to start? Because you had a higher paid Barnett ahead of him.
I told you.
NFL game.
There's no I told you. And whenever it happens, and you come to me and say, AK, how did you know? I'm going to be like, because I fucking knew. Okay? You should listen.
Okay. If it works out that way, they're great, but I don't see that happening at all.
It's not about that. Dude, do you know how much money we're about to have going forward here? Dude, they can easily
with their worst spending. It's not that good right now.
I'm telling you, I'm saying in the future, man, our cap goes up each and every year. It's going to keep going up because right now, dude, we're only paying $20 million for our whole offense. 20 mil. That's fucking amazing. That is cheap as shit. Okay?
2 years, that price is going to go up.
That's 2 years from now, bro. And anyway, listen. Okay, so all right. Listen, I want to ask you a question. All right, if Jalen Hurts comes out this year and he wins 11 games, wins the NFC East, wins one playoff game, and then loses out, and he wants a contract, he proves to you that he is that guy moving forward, that he can handle it. But because of his stats, the amount of money that he gets, and I know Jalen. I don't know him personally, but I know him as from what we see, he doesn't seem like a greedy guy. He understands how football is. He understands he needs a team around him to win. Okay. In my mind, you're probably looking at paying Jalen $30 to $35 million a year. If he accomplishes what I just told you, even one playoff game. He's maybe only going to get 30 to 35 million a year, and you might get 3 or 4 years out of that deal. Okay.
Yeah, but
That-
one thing you're not factoring
that-
in is
all right,
you're really
first
going to
off,
be the only one looking for a deal. You got to
Huh?
think also of Dickerson by then. Schmitty's next year. There's guys that are coming
Bro.
in with deals, especially at that time. We have to save money now so that way we can spend it later. We
No,
fuck
do
up the
you-
cap
okay,
now, we have
listen,
nothing later. And that's in 2 years.
Okay,
That's 2
I
years
get it.
time.
I get it. But listen, this is something I explained on Mitch's show the other day. Do you know cap over cash? Do you know how that works? Do you know how the Rams are exploiting their cap right now? Everyone's like, how are they doing it? It is the cap over cash. There is teams out there who literally, all right, whenever you think of the cap, all right, and there is a max dollar on that cap, that's not literally all the money that team has in the bank. No, they got millions and millions of more money they can toy with. That is where you get your cash over your cap. Because the Rams, you look at them, they're like, all right, well, we're going to give you a $62 million signing bonus. That is their cash. So they're paying their own money out of their own pocket, which does not affect the cap.
Oh, I understand, but you got to understand something.
But
The
that's
Rams, they're not doing anything new. They're not doing anything the
That's
Eagles
stuff-
haven't been doing
that
since
is stuff that
2012.
we can start
They're
to
not
do.
doing anything new.
That is exactly what we just did with AJ Brown. That's how you got the 4 years, 100 mil. That's how you're only paying AJ Brown like 1.5 mil this year because you gave him all that guaranteed money. That's exactly what we're doing. So in a way, there is ways you can tweak the cap that even though it says you don't have it, you really technically do.
But again, what you're understanding is this is what we've been doing the whole time. We did it with Fletcher Cox. We're kicking the can down the alley. That's all we're doing. You're giving it a different name. It's the same thing. There's no
But that's what I'm
difference.
saying. There is
Doing it
certain points.
forever.
You
It's not
can't
gonna
sit there and
change
tell
the
me
Rams
that if
now
he's not
are doing it
expendable,
now.
though,
We want a
to
Super
get
Bowl.
cash.
It doesn't change.
I know, but you can't sit there and tell me that if he's not expendable, that his cash is something, especially in a trade. I don't know exactly how much you have to lose and gain in a trade if that would even happen. But
you got to think
that
about it.
cash
You're
is still
talking about trading him,
expendable.
what, game 7, like you said, week 7? You've already paid him about what? Just about half of that contract. We're $7 million out the way. We're trying to get a team to pick up the other $7 million. And also try to get capital off of that. We're trying to get picks. I'm assuming that's what you want. You want draft picks. There's a lot of moving parts to what you're saying. You got to think about that.
Thank God it ain't us fucking thinking about it, is it?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
You
I
want
don't
to
think
throw
that's
in
being
there?
done.
Dude, but that's the thing though. It's not hard. That's the reason they went with a four. That's why they cut him and ate the fucking money. Because they were trying to trade him away. But the fact is they couldn't trade him away because nobody was going to take on that contract. That's why they let him go, ate that money, turned around and re-signed him for a $14 million deal. Because it is a lot easier to trade a $14 million deal than it is a $40 million deal. That
They
is
also
what
let him
exactly
free
to
agent
do it.
and no one bit. Not one
Yes,
bite.
he had offers from other teams, my guy. Yes, he did. It was out there. He chose to come back here.
It would have been
He
out
had-
there after the fact because that wasn't nothing was said before. That's something all after the fact because nothing
Bro.
was said. There were
Well,
no
of course
bites.
they're not going to tell you they were close to losing him.
Well,
Of
hold
course
on.
they're not going to tell
If
you
you're-
that.
Let me ask you a question. If you're a free agent, you're out for the first time, you just got released from your team. You're not going to test free agency. You're not going to try to play other teams to get more money out of Philly. There were no offers, my guy. Don't take those stories because if they were, Cox, especially Fletcher Cox, would have used that leverage to get more money.
No, he wouldn't have because he knew he wasn't going to get it. It
What
has
is he
nothing
been
to
doing
do
the whole
with
time off his contract? What are we talking about here? Fletcher Cox would ask for more money. Let's be honest. If there was
He
another
can't.
team,
Yeah, but dude, that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. There is to a point that Fletcher knew he could only get a max amount of dollars with us. That's the reason he dropped his entire fucking contract to begin with. That's the
He even
same
said it.
exact reason why we just ate all that money.
Well, listen,
get
Fletcher
rid of-
just said it. When they asked him, why did you take a pay cut? Why would I take a pay cut? Why? Why would I take a pay cut? If they're going to pay me 14, they paid it before.
Fletch-
You know, I'm not going to do less this year. I'm gonna do the same as I did last year. So why would I take less? If another team offered Fletch 16 mil, Fletch would be playing with another team. But again, there was no team. It was only us.
Listen,
Bro.
Fletcher's value went down this year. That's the only reason why he was. That's the only reason why we got him back on the deal because he had no market value really. And he's right. If he would have had better offers on the table, I'm pretty sure he would have exercised those deals. I mean, I thought that was pretty evident the way that we seen how Fletch was playing and like the talks of, you know what I'm saying, like his value.
I'm just telling you, man, if you're going to give me the same exact effort I got out of you last year and only give me 2.5 sacks for 14 mil, then you can go fuck yourself and walk. Sorry. I'd rather have Jordan Davis in there, a kid who is a stud and is going to give me 100% each and every fucking time because he has something to earn and something to prove and money to get. All right? Fletch got his fucking money. He don't give two shits. He's 1 foot out the fucking door. I'm taking Jordan Davis over Fletcher Cox. I'm sorry.
I think you're going too hard on Fletch. You got to understand. Like,
No, I'm not going hard, man. Trust me. I've watched this guy his whole career.
yeah,
Well,
but
here, I'll just give you some insight.
I love this guy with all my heart. But listen, I'm tired of holding on to players too long, like JP. You know, and some of these other dudes we should have let go of a while back. Listen, when we drafted Davis, obviously we knew that was his error. If this kid proves he can handle it right away, don't get in the way of that just because you have love for Fletcher Cox. Put him to the side burner. It is what it is. I'm okay with it.
But this is it, though. You gotta understand. This is Fletcher Cox's prove it year, and this is Jordan Davis's rookie year. That you couldn't ask for a better. You couldn't ask for a better tandem. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't ask for a better like situation.
Fletcher's 34. What's he got to prove?
What do you mean? He's earning a contract. He has a
Bro,
lot to prove.
like I said,
last year.
he might have 2 years left. He has nothing to prove. What he's got to prove, like, oh, I can last one more fucking year.
Bro,
each and every year is one more year for him.
I'm saying, as in football terms, you know what a prove it deal is. Come on now, don't.
No, I get it, but there's nothing left for him to prove. He's proven everything.
That's not the case. But that's like saying, look at Von Miller. Why did he go with that deal with Buffalo? Because he still has something to prove when he was in Buffalo. He went on to the Rams, got a Super Bowl, and went on and got a big contract. You're telling me Fletcher Cox doesn't think in that same mindset? Come on,
bro.
man.
I know we are not sitting here putting Fletcher Cox. I know we are not sitting here putting Fletcher Cox on Von Miller's level right now. I know we're not doing that. Are you kidding me?
Did you hear what I said? Vaughn was
I heard what you said, but I'm not sitting here including Fletcher Cox.
His status got elevated, and he played that and used that onto Buffalo. Got his own deal. Got a ridiculous deal. You're trying to tell me that Fletcher Cox doesn't see that same mindset?
I get it, but Fletcher Cox is not Von Miller. That's the point.
But again, I'm not saying that he's Von Miller. I'm saying look at what Von Miller went through in Denver.
He'll never
look
be
at what
Von
happened
Miller.
when he went to another team. And look at how he played that. He parlayed that into a good deal.
My argument, though, is that's a really, really bad take because when you look at it, Fletcher Cox is not going to come out this year and do something like Von Miller just fucking did and go and win a Super Bowl and then turn around and fucking get $130 million. It's not fucking going to happen for him.
Well, listen, I'll tell you how NFL players are. He's on a prove it deal this year. He's going to do everything he can so that way his status is as high as it can be. So that means playing to the best of his ability. He's going to go all out this year. If the Eagles don't play him, they're not ones willing to deal for him, he's going to move on and play for someone else. Just like Brandon Graham just said today, if I don't end my career with Philly, I'm going to move on to another team. Again, Philly isn't an end-all be-all for these players, especially with Cox. He knows this very well could be his last year. So why is he going to give his all to get another contract? That's what I'm trying to get. Why don't you understand it? He's going to do everything he can to get that nice contract. In order to do that, he's going to have to play his ass off.
All right. I'm not going to argue about it no more. All right.
Yeah. So Big Mill, he might come through at defensive end, might come through at the tackle, but that'll be the rotation.
How you doing, Rome?
What's going on, bro?
Oh, not much, man. Chilling.
Yeah, true. They ain't ship him last year. 100%.
Yeah, no, trade talk went wrong. That's exactly why he didn't go. But if they were right, he wouldn't be here. So, what's the other questions?
I think we lost Foothills. I think he might be gone for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. And let me ask you a question. We all seen what took place with the Commanders, with Daniel Snyder, all that. Now it looks like the what is it? Some kind of competition committee is asking them to come through. Roger Goodell basically blew them off. But the thing is, if they find out that all these transgressions with Dan Snyder, with the cheerleaders, with keeping money from the NFL, is there anything that they'll finally step in and say, all right, enough's enough? Or do y'all think that Dan Snyder's going to keep on being the owner of the Commanders?
No one want to touch that first? Okay. Yeah? No?
I don't even care about the Commanders, so I mean.
Nah, man, listen, I honestly don't think anything's going to come about it. And do you want to know why? Because, well, that is one. But two, if he gets taken down, dude, how much shit does Dan Snyder have on everyone else? You could pretty much start a crumbling effect at that point. If you kick him out and he has dirt on a lot of people, you even say, the commish himself or Bill Belichick or, any of them. Like, dude, that's just going to start a whole downfall. It could hurt the NFL majorly. So, I don't know, man. You got to be careful how you play this one.
Well, when you say hurt NFL, like, my thing is, when you say hurt NFL, it's just you find out a lot of people were bigots or probably said things behind people's backs or, like they were two-faced. That's the harm that's going to come. It just shows you what the owners and what other people in those front offices, what they're really like.
No. I'm talking.
I think that's the only issue. I think that's what everyone's afraid of.
No, but that's the thing. I'm not talking the racism part. We know that there's racism in the NFL. That's something that we're trying to stop. I'm talking more along the lines of the sexual type shit. I think that a lot of people look at the whole Dan Snyder thing and what he does behind closed doors, but you guys got to reel something. They probably all fucking do it. That's what I'm talking about. So if they let him go, dude, he's probably going to open up a can of whoop ass that's going to start crumbling every fucking franchise. That's what I'm talking about. Because I'm pretty sure he's not the only one, man. I mean, hell, we saw the Robert Kraft thing a couple years back. Everyone forgets about that shit, don't they?
Yeah. Everyone quickly forgot about that.
That's why the NFL doesn't want Snyder to be, go in front of a grand jury or anything like that because of all the people that he might expose. Kind of like John Gruden did in some of his emails. Exposing other people, like, wasn't it Schefter? Wasn't it Shefty that got exposed a little bit in Gruden's emails?
I think he was talking to Bruce Allen. I don't know what the conversation was, but they were talking about someone. It was a conversation between him and Bruce Allen. But that John Gruden case is what's going to open up those emails to be public. That's the case that everyone needs to be worried about. Because if everyone finds out what these owners, what these front offices are really like, the NFL's going to be put in a bad light.
The NFL's not going to let it become public. That's the thing. If it's too damaging for them, there's no way they're going to let it become public.
And it's private conversations, too. It's not like all official NFL business. These are private conversations they're having. So you're going to get who they really are out of this.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, look, people need to stop acting like we're idiots. We know who the NFL is. We know what they are. I mean, let's not bullshit ourselves here. They can hide as much as they want, but in the end, dude, behind all the money and behind all the fame, dude, I told you, I look at the NFL as a mafia. They truly are. They run a lot of shit. Truly, and it's all about the money for them, dude. We know that.
Definitely. Oh, what was that? Oh, okay, I see what that. All right.
Had to break the silence. What's going on, BLSG?
What's good, gentlemen?
How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good, man.
I really don't know what to talk about all of a sudden. I'm drawing a brain.
Bring something up, AK. Nah, I'm just playing.
Shit, I could always talk about Eagles. I mean,
All day.
this
Well, what did y'all think about Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown today working out?
I was about to. That's all. That's all. I don't really take too much. I don't really put too much into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like, yeah, that's a bonding session. Yeah, that's where you get, the Tom Brady's and Edelman's. Like, that's football. Like, I'm kind of one of the guys. I need to wait till the game start. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's when I really start to get critical into what's going on and stuff. But I was actually about to bring up there was on Twitter, someone had brought up Eagles Mount Rushmore, and they had Andy Reid, Howie Roseman, I think
Donovan, and then there was Brian Dawkins.
Hey, I'm on the top, bro. Lovely.
How did Howie Roseman make that cut?
Man, Elliott Shore Park, man, like that's my greatest enemy in the world. He does things just to troll, just to get a reaction. But yeah, like Andy Reid, I thought that was pretty good. Dawkins, good. Donovan McNabb is arguable. I have my issues with Donovan. And Howie Roseman, like I don't know how he even thought of putting him up there. That was probably the wildest one I would say.
What are we talking about?
Elliott Shore Parks, he had a Mount Rushmore. He thought that his Mount Rushmore was Donovan McNabb, Howie Roseman, Brian Dawkins, and Andy Reid.
Howie Roseman.
Yeah, that was a stretch.
For just Eagles?
Did someone go for Howie Roseman?
For just Eagles? That's his Rushmore for just the Philadelphia Eagles?
We're talking about all time.
That's crazy.
Where the fuck is Reggie White?
That was a very popular response.
Like where is
Like put Reggie White on.
where's Jeremiah Trotter or
Carmichael?
I think just to say four it's too little.
Randall
Cunningham.
Cunningham.
Just to limit it to the four.
Here was also another response to that as well.
Hell, I'd even put Kelsey.
That was a response to that Mount Rushmore as well.
No, but if you all would be able to give your Mount Rushmore, who would that be?
My Mount Rushmore?
Yeah.
I would have to go with Brian Dawkins because, like, he's like
very good answer.
Nick Foles.
He's like he epitomizes Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? Like his passion. Like I could speak up all day about Brian Dawkins. So Brian Dawkins, me second, Nick Foles. That shouldn't be a surprise. Obviously, for the main reasons of him being one of the focal points and really bringing us our first and only thus far. Third is a personal. I'm gonna put Brian Westbrook just because he was like, I feel like he was super underrated. Like he was so clutch for us. Like Brian Westbrook was. To me, he was amazing. To be honest with you, I thought he was a great back. And then fourth is kind of a toss up. But then I started to think about it, and I'm like, Jason Kelsey. We drafted him, and we seen him literally turn into a gold jacket, in front of our eyes. So I'll put Jason Kelsey there. I don't think I could go wrong with Jason Kelsey. Although you could name a lot of guys at that fourth spot, but he's a gold jacket, and I didn't witness the gold jackets. You know what I'm saying? Like the Reggie Whites, like all the Eagles greats before me. So this is personally for me. So I'm gonna put Jason Kelsey there.
I like it a lot, especially the Kelsey pick, man. BLSG, what would be your Mount Rushmore?
Well, let me get number one out of the way real quick. Number one, you gotta, for the love of God, you have to put Reggie White at number one, dude. That man right there, that grown ass man that literally had to play for the Philadelphia Eagles, even though he did end up going to the Packers too and did play there. But even though he played for multiple teams, you gotta put him on the Mount Rushmore. Number two, possibly the greatest safety in Philadelphia Eagles history, Brian Dawkins. You have to put that man up there. Possibly the greatest safety in Philadelphia Eagles history. If you leave Brian Dawkins out of that, you're literally smoking a pack. And then number three, Jason Daniel Kelsey. That's right. Again, I'm going to say it right now. The greatest center in Philadelphia Eagles history. The man that we drafted in the 6th round of the 2011 NFL draft, and currently now at the age of 34 years old, will remain as the greatest center in Philadelphia Eagles history. I have nobody beating out that grown-ass man in Kels. And number four, give me the Super Bowl 52 MVP, Nicholas Foles. Give me him at number 4 after he won that Super Bowl, after Carson Wentz went down, and everyone was down in the Philadelphia Eagles when they did not expect to win that Super Bowl. Everyone said that Nick Foles is washed. Nobody can catch the ball. Zach Ertz can't block. Brent Stokes too old. Everybody's all effed up. Nick Foles led us to that Super Bowl. And Ertz, thank you for that touchdown catch that actually stood as a catch and did not get pulled as a Des Bryant move. And I got Foles at 4.
I mean, that's a good list. And both of you picked Nick Foles, which is interesting because Nick Foles is pretty much the topic. The biggest topic on that thread were the debate. Should he be on it? Should he not? His length of time as an Eagle,
I have
it
him on
was
it,
only
bro.
that year.
I got that grown man on it. I have him on the list.
There's a lot of arguments for and against, but positive Philly. Let me get your Mount Rushmore.
How many are there again? 5?
4.
5. 4. All right. Oh. Yeah. Brian Dawkins, of course. Howard. Oh, damn, it's tough. I want to put Howard Carmichael on there. I guess you got to put Reggie White on there. And see, it's tough because I want to put Nick Foles on there, but I also feel like Jason Kelsey deserves to be on there as well. So
it is
but
tough.
I'm gonna go with,
it's very tough.
Kelsey or Foles, bro. Come on now. That should be a toss. That should be a no-brainer. Come on now. The guy who called Philly.
Kels, bro.
The guy who called the most.
He said, "Let's go with Philly."
But I mean, Kelsey also gave like the most historic speech in Eagles history. So
Kelsey didn't throw those passes, bro. Come on now.
But he made sure that no one touched Foles.
Yeah.
He kept that pocket clean.
You gotta go with the quarterback. You gotta go with the quarterback, bro. Come on.
Always.
AK, who you got?
It's tough.
Man, I don't want to keep repeating what you guys said, so I'm going to go a little different. Because we all know those guys are, but some of these guys should probably be considered too. Deshaun Jackson, Sean McCoy, Zach Ertz, and I'll throw Malcolm Jenkins on there.
Ooh,
okay.
Spicy.
Jenkins,
I like it.
Like that, Robert, so.
Yeah, man, I like
Well, I
it.
love
Like a lot.
Like I said, I heard too many Dawkins. I've heard too many Bush or Whites, so I was like, we'll do something different.
But you gotta go with
let me get a little creative.
what's true to you, bro. You can't just go off of.
Yeah.
No, well, they deserve it as well. That's what I'm saying. Like, you only get 4 spots, and instead of repeating what everyone said, in their own right, they deserve maybe a spot up there as well. So I gave it to them.
When I saw the thread, I saw multiple Dawkins, Foles. I saw multiple of the people that I would have put up there, but my reasons for it justifies my Mount Rushmore. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's all relative to you.
Well, I mean, I look at it. Djax was a dominant force of Philly for a long time, especially in his young career. LaShawn McCoy did things for us not many halfbacks ever did. You know, I mean, you got Zach Ertz, who is our best tight end ever, and then you got Jenkins, who was arguably our main core piece to our Super Bowl run on defense. So, in our own way, they deserve to be there.
But that defensive run was predicated off the defensive line, not the secondary.
No, but that's what made Jenkins so awesome is he made sure that he was part of that. I mean, he was everywhere, dude. He really was. He played in the box. He played safety. He played linebacker. Hell, he played corner at sometimes.
He took the Patriots' best wide receiver.
We were lost when we lost Dawkins. We found our way.
Yeah.
I mean, we were totally lost. For
Jenkins was our saving grace, bro.
Yeah, we found our way with Jenkins. I'll say that.
No, I love Jenkins.
What's your Mount
Swiss Army knife. I don't take nothing away from him, you know, but I just don't feel like his significance was Mount Rushmore. But then again, you could feel the same way for Brian Westbrook because I mean, they ultimately didn't get it done. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So you know,
Foles did throw 7 touchdowns too, though, at one point, tying an NFL record.
It was the Raider game, right?
It would have been 8 if he didn't.
That was the Raider game, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been 8 if he didn't pull him.
I know. I was like, man, they're gonna break the record. But yeah, mine would be, you know, the two of mine are pretty obvious. Brian Dawkins, always, you know, Weapon X. Obviously, he's an amazing player. And the other one that's pretty obvious to me is, I mean, some may debate it, but just for what he has meant to this team and for what he has done for us over these past several years, Jason Kelsey, definitely. You know, he's just, I mean, he is freaking anchor in the middle, amazing player. You know, he's just, you can tell he's still highly enjoying playing the game of football, which is, you know, very enjoyable to watch and to, as a spectator, as a fan. And
he's undersized as a center too, so.
Yeah, and then they're saying the same thing. Some people have said the same thing about, you know, about this kid that we just drafted. But look who he gets to learn underneath. And I'm excited definitely about that. But yeah, the other two for me would be personal picks. Randall Cunningham, definitely he was the one that first opened my eyes to the quarterback position being different than what it was typically known as. You know, he was a great scrambler, got a great arm too. You know, just an amazing athlete. Definitely was the first person to draw me to the Philadelphia Eagles. You know, in the early to mid '90s. But my last one is another personal pick because we don't win the Super Bowl without number 55, Brandon Graham. He gets on my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, that's a very good Mount Rushmore.
Who was your third one?
Randall Cunningham.
Randall.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta ask you all, going aside from the Mount Rushmore thing, I gotta ask you all a question. So that kid, who do y'all think our main wide receivers going to be this year? Obviously, besides AJ and Devontae.
I'm gonna say Quez, and then Rager. That's going to be the next.
Rager.
What about that kid? What about that kid that we got out of the dude from the Olympics? Devin Allen. Yeah, I feel like he needs to be somewhere after like what he just did, right?
Oh, Allen.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the hurdler.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Devin Allen or Devon Allen, however.
Yeah, Devin Allen, Devon Allen. Yeah.
Devin Allen.
If he can hurdle, I feel like we need to put him on the field. You know, maybe he can hurdle some guys.
I'm hoping he can make a difference on special teams. That's my ceiling for him right now.
That dude is fast, bro.
Hopefully.
That dude is fast.
What happened to Gio?
Gio's just taking some time off, dealing with some
taking some personal time.
Yeah.
Yep.
He'll be back with us sometime.
He will. Hopefully next week.
He is ready.
Definitely. Yeah, man. I love the Randall pick to the Mount Rushmore. Like, for me growing up, man, like, Randall Cunningham was everything to me. Like, that was my icon. I still remember, like, when I was a kid, I had a Randall Cunningham flat. And I would emulate how he would hold the ball. That's how I learned how to throw a football. Just based off on how he would throw the football, how he would hold, where he would position his hands on the laces. You know what I mean? Like, he was the ultimate weapon. Like, I think he was a quarterback that was ahead of his time, and I think he's a quarterback that literally can play in any time in the NFL. He's that one generational player. You could put any time in any era in the NFL, Randall will kill it.
Bro, you don't. Let's be honest, man. You don't have Michael Vick and Lamar Jackson and all these guys if it wasn't for Randall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean,
wasn't Warren Moon doing it as well at the same time?
Nah, but he wasn't a runner. Warren was a straight passer, and he came through a Canadian League, and he did the USL. Warren Moon, he's a great guy to mention too because he trailblazed a lot. He is one of the reasons why you got to see a Randall Cunningham because of a Warren Moon out there. A Doug Williams is another guy who trailblazed.
Yeah,
those guys. I only brought his name that way. Randall Cunningham to be out there.
I only brought his name up because you guys are obviously older, and I didn't witness those type of quarterbacks. Obviously, I didn't witness that era. You know what I'm saying? So just like my man said, how he gravitated towards the Eagles because of like how that Michael Vick effect to my generation. That's probably the effect that Randall Cunningham and those type of quarterbacks had on him. Seeing Michael Vick do what he did, like his swag, like me watching clips of Randall, like I could just see like his swagger was like kind of like it's timeless because I could still see that type of swagger like in today's game. Like I could see like Michael Vick, like how he scrambles with the one hand, like he's holding the ball. Like I could see how he influenced the game and those quarterbacks. So I think it's dope, like hearing that. That's the reason how,
Right, and Vic even had a bigger influence because he established himself as a huge icon athlete in Atlanta. Went to jail, served his time, and then shown that you can rehabilitate. You can committing doing bad things. It doesn't have to be the end of the story for you. You can come back from the darkest of times. You can prevail. And he was able to grab a larger group of fans for that reason because there were so many people that can relate to his story like that, and there were already fans of his going into it. You know what I mean?
One player
definitely, and it showed you how important giving a second chance is.
No doubt.
A lot of people didn't want to deal with it, and let's give credit where credit's due. Donovan McNabb reached out to Andy Reid and talked to him about Michael Vick and told him how it would be good to bring him onto the team with Andy Reid's leadership.
Tony Dungy too, right? Yeah.
Well, they went out to Tony Dungy and discussed it with him, and Dungy basically gave him his seal of approval, saying that whatever team would pick him up, they're going to pick up a model citizen. So Dungy gave up his word of approval and put his name on it.
Well, and
that won't get a second chance.
I kind of look at it in a way too, like you bring up the Warren Moon thing. Yes, football has always been very big to a point. Even when it first started out, it got attention. But I believe when Randall was playing in the NFL, I believe he was in at the right moment because that's really when football kind of excelled to the point where it was headed to where it got today. Football really took off in the late 80s, early 90s, where it started to become like a religion. You know what I mean? Where you had to watch it every Sunday. And
that's kind of sad.
People,
it really is that.
Yeah, and people really started to pay attention to football players to where, no disrespect to those guys back then, but it was harder to watch football because it wasn't always televised and easy to televise things back in the early years. You know what I mean? So I think from a national point of view, a national level, I think that's right around Cunningham's era, late 80s, early 90s. That's when the NFL truly took off.
Well,
Yeah.
Cunningham was killing it when he was in UNLV. I want to say, what was it, 79 to 82? I think that was his stint in UNLV. And, like he had his brother was already in the NFL, Bam Cunningham, RIP, who passed away recently. But he was the fullback for the Patriots. And again, their thing were they were more track athletes. Randall Cunningham was a long jumper. His brother did the pole vault, I believe, and he did like shot put. So they were on the track, and you see him on the field, you see him dancing around, evading pressure. That was something hardly no quarterback did because they weren't allowed to do. You had to stay in the pocket. You weren't allowed to go out. And Randall was just like, listen, man, I'm going to make the play what it is. I'm going to extend the play. And not only did he change the NFL, but Randall actually changed what college football is today. When you see those spread offense and all that. That all started off with Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, no, he was years and years before his time, man.
Yeah.
Randall was at UNLV from 81 to 84.
You used to run back then, what was it, like the wing T.
Yeah.
Your quarterback was a running quarterback. You ran a wing T where you had your fullback and your running back. They were basically blockers. They were glorified blockers. And your quarterback was the runner. But again, with Randall, you didn't have to do that because he had that arm talent. He could sling it anywhere. He was just a player, like I said, who could be put in any era of football and succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I want those fucking jerseys back so bad.
Listen, I want the old school, the athletic one. Remember back in the day, the green, the Kelly
That's
green.
what I'm saying. Give me the full eagle right there.
The A and the swoop.
Yep, the full eagle right here on the shoulders on each side.
75.
I like that.
They're gonna be wearing the fullback helmets as well.
There's a sports place. There's a sports place kind of close to where I live that has one, and the guy wants like almost $300 for that damn jersey. I was like, jeez.
Wow.
Like, gee whiz, man.
If we came out with like the Kelly green pants with the white top.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy someone with Kelly green and black.
Try not to look like the Jets.
Black is always a great color in there.
Nah, but
yeah, like we already are with the logo.
You get Kelly green, black, and silver. That old school silver. Woo! That's fire.
Oh, the gray with the grays.
Yeah, with some Kelly green, that nice gunmetal silver, and some black. I'm just excited.
They'll call it silver.
How you guys feeling about that new? How you guys feeling about that new watermark? That new watermark logo.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, is that going to be in the end zone this year?
I don't like that.
Basura.
Right?
Do you know why I like it?
Garbage.
I'll tell you why I like it. It's going old school. Look at the Eagles.
Year?
It's so plain looking.
The one you're exactly talking about. No, in the late 80s. Look on the front of their jerseys. It's the same almost exact writing.
It would have been rounded out though. It was the rounded out one.
Huh?
It was the rounded out at like the old school, like where we see.
No, it's a little different. It's a little different. The design is the same. It's boxy like that old school. That's what I'm saying. If you look at it, it's kind of the same.
If you ever see one back in 2012, a lot of people don't know, but the Eagles were trying to change it back then, and it got leaked out a little bit. People were going crazy like they were now, and they went back to this. But if you look at those two, it's pretty much the same. It's just like, let's try it again this time. Let's see if we still get the upward, which they're getting, and I hope they don't switch over because that, like someone said it, that minimalist look, it ain't it. Let's not.
I know, but that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. I remember Jeffrey came out, I think it was like 2 years ago. He said he's going to bring back the Kelly Greens, and he said he's going to do it, on that special night, and he's going to do it maybe a couple times. And he said he's going to see what kind of response he gets. and then that
Sure
response
about
will
him?
decide whether or not he makes Kelly Green full time again or not.
I
And
wouldn't want that.
when you look at this watermark and you look at the late 80s watermark and how they're designed, they are similar. I'm telling you, this watermark is coming only because in the future, you're going to probably see us go back to some sort of duration of Kelly Green jerseys. And they're going to kind of incorporate the old modern look new style wise, which
Not
is going to
every week,
give
though, right?
that. Huh?
I wouldn't
Not
mind
gonna
the
be like
Eagles
a part of
logo
our uniform
with
rotation,
us
is it?
holding the ball.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. I think they're going to go back to that old style look with a more modern day feel to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
So what's going to be in the
So,
end zone this year? Is the new or the
no, it's going to be the one that's behind Vic right now. We don't go to that watermark until 2023.
I was say because I'm looking at the '94 logo. I don't see some errors, but
That's
No, you're
behind
looking
it.
at 94. I said 89.
I had the '87 up.
No, 87. Hold on, I'll find it. Let me see if
That's
I can
behind
find it.
Vic. Oh, that the Eagles.
Yeah, it was pretty
When
much
does
this one.
training camp start?
I don't know if you can see it off my camera and all, but that was '87 right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Like it's more rounded out. If they went to something like that, I wouldn't be mad at that. But I don't know. I think this is what we've had for what going on 20 years. I would say, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Don't like you said before in the top of the show. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
When does training camp start?
What is it? The 27th?
Of June?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do you have your tickets for open practice yet?
Yep.
I'm trying to go. I want to try to go just to meet you.
Oh, I appreciate that, man.
But yeah, if I do go, I'll hit you up and definitely meet up, and I'll have you meet my dad and all.
What time?
But I want you to be able to come to a game this year too.
No, I'm gonna try, dude. Don't worry. I will try.
Because you definitely got to pull off to the tailgates.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely gonna be good.
I'm always at the 4th and John and Whiskey Wagon tailgate right across the street from each other.
Yes, I will definitely be doing that. There's a bunch of tailgates and stuff I have to get to. Hold on, sorry.
What game you hoping to go to?
For something. I'm not gonna be picky about it, honestly, bro. A game is a game, and it's gonna be fun no matter what. But if I have to choose one, man, I'd like probably Pittsburgh or Green Bay or anything like that, man. I would love to go see Carson get his butt kicked once.
Cool Hills, when you coming out to Philly, bro?
Yeah, it is July 26th. I said 27th. I apologize. Eagles training camp starts July 26th.
Yeah.
Had to come outside to smoke this blunt.
So let me get outside.
Those aren't
Now
the-
You guys going to the
Vic, are you
Commanders
from
game?
the area?
What's up, bud?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Is
try.
Vic from the
Me and my
area?
bros trying to go to that one too. I said me and my bros trying to go to that Commanders game at home.
Oh, fine.
I was
Oh, yeah.
looking at the Jaguars game, trying to get like some good tickets, but damn,
Yeah,
they be
that's
trying to
the
run your
game.
pockets.
Well, I try not to buy tickets. I try to wait to see if he's giving me like my dad's friend. He's a ticket holder, so he's
Yeah, I'm
actually
gonna be at that Jags game
he's
as
actually
well.
friends with Lane Johnson.
That's the one I was trying to go to. It's freaking $500 for good seats.
Lane Johnson gave me tickets to a game last year.
Oh, that's what's up.
How many people
I
are
went to
going
the
with you, Vic,
game.
you know? Or just yourself?
Last end zone.
Oh, I think you're breaking up, my guy.
Who, Room Robinson?
That blunt walk went too far.
But hey, y'all, I'm gonna actually head out because it's getting late here. But yo, AK, I gotta hit you up. Remember I told you I wanted to talk to you.
Yes, sir.
You think we'll be able to work something out, or?
Just DM me, bud.
All right, peace out, y'all.
All right, later,
Have a
bud.
good one, my guy. Appreciate you.
Peace.
I got a question for y'all.
What's up?
On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think our Super Bowl chances are in like the next couple years? Because I feel like we're gunning for it. Like, we don't make these moves not to try to compete for a championship. So I feel like they're banking on Jalen Hurts taking a major leap, and I think we're going for it either this year or next year. So I'm gonna put it at the chances of us getting there. I'm gonna put it at I want to say a 7, but I'm gonna put it at a 6.
I'm gonna go with a 4. I'm just playing it safe right now. I say we got between a 2 and 3 year window here, to fool with. So I think we're definitely on the right track. We are right there, but we just got to see how it plays out, man. On paper, we can say anything right now, but until I see it on the field, man, I gotta just be safe about it.
Yeah, I'm kind of
definitely.
agreeing with AK. I'm going with a 5 because, and keep in mind that the next few years we're not going to have the majority of these players apart from guys like Hassan Reddick, AJ Brown, everyone, pretty much all of our rookies too. Everybody else that we got, they were all in 1 year deals. This year is probably the best chance for the Eagles to come out and contend for a Super Bowl because they have all the pieces this year. They're not going to have all the pieces next year because the majority of these players that the Eagles got are on 1 year deals. So I'm saying a 5.
Well, hey guys, I gotta get going. Apologize, I gotta cut it short, but
No
Yeah,
problem, AK.
I think we are. I'm gonna have to head out too, so I think we might have to wrap this up a little early this week.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. I got to get up early for work too. No problem
Yeah,
at
man.
all. I appreciate you guys coming on.
All right, bro. Y'all be smooth.
You too,
Yeah,
man. Thank you for coming
so
on, my
much.
friend.
Yeah, man.
SG, you want to let them know where they can find you at, my guy?
Yep. As y'all probably know, y'all can find me on YouTube, BLSG. Just search that in the search bar. If you already subscribed to me, appreciate it as well. If you want to know what I do over there, Foothills mentioned it at the beginning of the live stream. Eagles content, Sixers content, and bowling content as well, since I bowl for high school, of course. And that's where you can find me over there for. Follow me on Twitter, BLSG20. Give your boy a follow. Just surpassed 100 followers on Twitter. Appreciate the 101 followers now because we had an extra follower, I think, today. But it is what it is. But yeah, man. Foothills Vic, appreciate it for having me on. AK, if you see this on the second time around, appreciate it for having me on as well. And as always, man, fly goes fly. Let's see what we can do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate you for coming through, and always appreciate you for sharing and liking. You're the first guy to come through, hit the like button, throw a comment. So appreciate you a lot for that.
Hey,
Definitely.
you know that's what I'm here for, Vic. That's what I'm here for, my guy.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. And you guys make sure that if you're not already, please make sure you're locked in. Subscribe to my guy here, Vic3, my co-host of the East Meets West. If you make sure you hit the thumbs up on all 3 channels tonight for us. Really, really appreciate it. It helps push the content out there. Make sure you're subscribed to AK's channel as well. He's doing big things with the Hardcore Sports Network. and all that. So check that out. It's coming soon. Definitely, you guys. So until next time, we fly until we die. Stay mean, stay green. Thanks for viewing us on your screen. But most importantly, like I always say, keep it fuego. And we out, y'all.
Peace.
Love and appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys, all you guys in the chat tonight. The chat was awesome. It was popping. You guys kept it going for us. We really, really appreciate it. All you guys, like I always say, the food and the water, each and every one of you guys keep us going. We're going to keep it going for you. Love you guys so much. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yes, sir.
Always.
I'll be there. Thanks.
Monk.